Hi, I'm Joy Johnston. Welcome to Mercer Island View on MITV Channel 21. We're going to Pioneer Park to learn about forest restoration.
We're in Pioneer Park. This is a 113-acre park at the south end of Mercer Island. We're in the southeast quadrant. There are 3 quadrants of the park, each are about 40 acres. Here's Pioneer Park. It's a fairly large part of the south end of Mercer Island, as you can see on this map. So we're here in the southeast quadrant, right at the intersection of the Fir Trail and the Fox Trail, and we're standing in a Douglas fir forest. The other quadrant is the northeast quadrant, where you find the ravine, and also you find the northwest quadrant, where there are accessible trails around the perimeter which many people enjoy walking with their dogs or using wheelchairs or other wheeled vehicles. Pioneer Park is the largest forest on Mercer Island. It's a remnant after logging in the turn of the century, and what has come up is a mixed forest of Douglas fir, bigleaf maple, alder, and other native trees. We also find non-native plants that have been imported by people who came here during the European settlement, and those have taken over in some places in the park and grown up and displaced some of the native vegetation that we're trying to preserve. We also find areas of the forest that are no longer forested because the trees have fallen down. And when you look more closely, we find that that's because there are diseases in the forest called root rots that cause the trees to fall down, and we have to deal with that as part of our management of the forest. So we're now further south in the southeast quadrant of Pioneer Park, and we're looking at a root rot pocket. This is an example of a stump that has fallen over, and we're seeing how the roots broke off when the tree failed. If you look over on this root, you can see the actual laminations that are evidence of the root disease.
I'm Fletch Waller. I'm a trustee of the Open Space Conservancy Trust, which is essentially the owner of Pioneer Park. The city put the park into a trust so that it would never be developed in perpetuity. There's nothing like this anywhere in the region. This is unique, to have this forest refuge right in the middle of a densely populated urban area. The park needs to be managed. While this part of the park is healthy, there are other parts of the park which are afflicted with disease and damage.
We have to remove the invasive plants and plant native plants. We also have to plant specific plants that are going to resist the root diseases that we have in certain areas. So when we have the Douglas fir tree fall down, we can't just plant Douglas fir tree back in the same place. We have to plant cedar or pine or something else that resists the root rot.
The citizens have to treasure this, and they have to be willing to come and work on it or contribute to it.
Well, one way you can be involved is by coming out and volunteering. We have volunteer projects that we run with our partner, Earth Corps.
The project today is planting about 200 trees and shrubs in Pioneer Park. Today's event is special and important for a few different reasons. First, we are planting trees in an area that has been cleared of an invasive plant called Himalayan blackberry about 6 months ago. So 6 months ago, the area that we're planting in looks drastically different and so much healthier.
Well, today we're planting areas that were previously cleared this summer. So we have native plants, we're putting them in the ground, and then we're mulching them.
And those happen year-round, winter, spring, summer, and fall. You can find out about when those are by going to the Earth Corps website or looking in the Parks and Recreation guide that comes to your doorstep every fall, winter, and spring. Or you can support Pioneer Park through donations through the Northwest Parks Foundation.
Last year we worked with about 670 volunteers on Mercer Island. This year we've already beaten that number and we're not at the end of the year yet.
We're volunteering.
Yeah, we're volunteering for Earth Corps.
Yeah, we're planting stuff. You get like emotionally attached to the plant, but then like not really emotionally attached, but you know, it's like, oh, it's a plant, it's so cute. And then you put it in and it's like, oh, I helped it grow. And then yay.
This is a job that the Parks Department can't do alone. We rely on the support of City Council, we rely on the support of the citizens in turn, and we rely on volunteers to help take care of the park. And the reward is that if you're a user of the park, you come out here, you enjoy walking through the park, over time you get to see the park change and you start to understand what you're seeing in the park. It's not simply trees and shrubs, it's plants of various types and they do different things and they have different colors, and if you get to know them through working in the park, then the park takes on more interest and more meaning.
This is the kind of wonderful natural place that we have here and must be protected for future generations.
Our intention for Pioneer Park is that it remain a forest and that we have this forest for future generations to enjoy. There's 6.5 miles of trails in here and people walk through here on a daily basis and enjoy this as a passive recreation area. So our purpose is to keep it a forest, keep it attractive and also healthy environment for the things that people come here for.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Mercer Island View on MITV Channel 21. Let us know what you think. There's an online survey available at www.mercergov.org, or you can call 206-275-7791. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again.